Roundup family, greetings, greetings. Hey, Roundup family. It is your boy, Chris Haskins. Greetings, Roundup family. I hope you're doing well this 97 degree, what is it? 97 degree July summer day. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chris Haskins. I am a real estate investor slash entrepreneur. My mission statement, my ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Roundup family. What I want to share with you today, I miss my boy Eddie. I couldn't get him on the phone trying to, but I felt like I need to be consistent or I'm non-existent. Consistent or non-existent. Roundup family. I want to talk to you very briefly about the power, good gracious, as I try to raise your financial literacy through real estate and entrepreneurship. I'm so passionate. And you're watching this, I didn't get any type of success Roundup family overnight. This has been I've been doing nothing but digging for the last since 2004. So I'm going to show you very briefly some of these numbers that are going to blow your mind. These numbers regarding these amortization tables, why the training for right real quick Roundup family, and I'm going to do an in-depth one, a pre-recorded in-depth training of why I'm paying this mortgage off, why I paid it off in 15 years. I'm actually going to show you how I did it, but let me share my screen with you first of all. What are we doing? We're trying to create wealth. Create wealth around our family. It has nothing to do with income. Wealth has nothing to do with income. Wealth is the amount of assets that you own or control that pays you passive income. Well, I'm not saying income, that has nothing to do with earned income. Wealth pays you each and every month, whether you show up or not. So let me just show you some numbers of how I did this thing and what I'm actually doing. So today, what I'm doing, I'm actually borrowing a little bit of money, but I want to show you the numbers on this loan that I took out on one of my rental properties when I picked it up back in 2006 or 2004, I believe. I even bought it in 405. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Here it is. I bought it 2004, 15 years ago. All right. So let me share my screen with you so you can see how these numbers look. I'm going to show you my current mortgage statement, and then I'm going to show you some of the numbers of what it looks like regarding the principal and when they think I should pay this loan off, all right, which is it's completely ludicrous to me. So if you see my screen, oh, see my screen here, let me go a little bit more. All right, so you see my screen. That is my current mortgage explanation of amount due. Okay, you can see this stuff. My mortgage is due August. See, August 1st is due. Let me screw it a little bit more. 233. I'll come in a little bit more for you so you can see it. So here's my mortgage payment is due, right? This is how much I owe around our family. If you understand mortgages, I mean, if you understand mortgages, and what we need to focus on is something called an amortization table. An amortization table. Now, if you look at my original principal amount, let me see if I can find it. I think it's on here. No, I'll get to the total amount. I borrowed 97. Okay, I borrowed $97,000 to buy this property, right? My interest rate is 7%, and this is my total PITI payment, right? I have been paying this, Lord God, this monthly payment since 2004 for 15 years. And let me show you what it looks like now, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like before. So here's my principal. Out of that 839 escrow taxes insurance, I have 174,000, right? And then my principal today is 634 a month, and the interest. All right, the interest is $30, right? So this is what we call this a season loan. And if you're watching this and you understand how amortization tables work, you know that I'll show you. My golly, so much to share. When you first get out a loan, when you first originate a loan, these numbers are backwards, right? So your interest is $634 and your principal is $30. So for the first like 20 years, you're paying almost all interest unless you pay it down early. and I did the numbers, and I saved roughly $50,000 in interest. I'm gonna show you this. It's gonna blow your mind how much money you can save, and take that money and use for something else, right? Use for something else. So my payment, 839, of which 634 is going to buy down the house. Now the reason I'm showing you this is because my rent, I think it rents for 1,200 bucks. So right now I'm only getting, and I have a $50 a month HOA, so I'm only getting 300 bucks a month cash flow, which is nothing, right? But if what my reasoning was, if I'm paying $635 a month to buy this house down, it's irrelevant to me if I ever actually pay it completely off. Because I don't need 600. This is all principal. I don't need that money to be going towards the principal when I could be using that money for something else, right? It's not like so literally I'm paying almost no interest. So why not just either one pay it off or refinance it out, which is what I was working on today. So let me show you. Let me share my other screen. I hope this is making sense for you. So at the beginning of your loan, you got, let's say your loan, my payment was 840. The majority of that was going towards interest. Now that we're getting towards the end, the majority of that is going towards principal. But let me just show you what my mortgage statement says when I should have this thing paid off, right? Which is ludicrous. So they think the who this is it used to be Aquin. Now they got sold to somebody else. So here's my loan type, conventional without PMI. It used to be actually the loan payment used to be 950 because I had private mortgage insurance. So the original loan amount, remember I told you I borrowed 97,500. Here's as of today, here's my principal. I owe 3,000, something like that. And my interest rate was 7.25. But look at this roundup family. They're saying that if I wanted to, that I should be paying this loan off in 2034. Good God, I don't even know if I'll be alive. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all didn't see that. Sorry about that. Here we go. Please forgive me. I'm sorry, Roundup family. I'm bugging out. All right, can you see that? Can you see the mortgage statement? Can y'all see that? Sorry about that. Roundup family, I'm bugging. Okay, here we go. You can see that. Why is it so blurry? Is that blurry for you guys? Chris, is that blurry for you? Anybody saying that it's blurry? Let me switch this. I'm gonna switch it, y'all. It looks blurry. Sorry about that. It's clear? Oh, it is clear? Okay. I don't know why it looks clear. That's weird. Is it my screen looking blurry or something? Okay, I'll share it again. Here we go. It's clear. Okay. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Daniel. I'm gonna show you this. Please forgive me. My daughter's here at Roundup Family. I had a sick kid today, so I had to go to school and pick her up. I mean, summer camp, bring her home. So, okay, here we go. Back to the loan. Here's my mortgage statement. I told you it's Aquin, now it's PHH, whatever they are, whoever, I don't know. So you can see the loan type, conventional. PMI, I used to have another $100 on it. Used to be 950 a month. So they take that private mortgage insurance off when you hit 80% of the original loan value. You see, I borrowed 97.5. Principal balance is what I owe right now is $3,300. I paid it down. Interest rate 7.25, which is just ludicrous. I mean, this property Roundup family has been. I mean, it's almost like been a family member to me. Now I'm not not the property, this loan. I'm like, I've been paying $850 each and every month to this stupid mortgage company, and now I'm like, bye bye, trying to get rid of these people, right? So now they're saying me that my maturation date should be my maturity date should be June 2034. I don't even know if I'm going to be around at that time. So since I borrowed the money in 2004, I had 30 years to pay it off, right? Which I'm like, forget these dudes. We're done with this. So, oh, here we go. My first payment was, wow, they got it right here. My first payment was July 1st, 2004. And here we are 15 years later. A principal interest. See if I can show you how much. Oh, I already showed you how much principal and interest breakdown for my payment. So here's the total amount. You can type that in any of them. The total amount of principal and interest is 665. So I've got like $630 each and every month going towards the principal. So there's no reason for me to continue to buy down this property, right? I mean, I just about own it already, right? So today, what I was doing, I wanted to teach with you. You know me. I want to teach with you and not at you, right? I want to teach with you and not at you. So what I'm doing today, Roundup family, I'm going to refinance this $3,300 that I have left on this house, right? Because it's no reason for me to keep paying $630 a month to buy down this thing for what? When the rent comes in, now it's almost going. If you owe 3 or 4 thousand on the house, it's almost like you owe nothing, right? So I'm gonna refinance this loan out to a private investor. He's gonna let me borrow $4,000, pay this ludicrous loan off right here. Good God, I mean, once again, this loan feels like a family member. I feel like I'm gonna be killing a family member with this loan. It's almost like a piece of me. I've been paying it for so long. God. And I remember when I first got it, I was doing renting out the rooms. Literally, that did I know I should have been paying double on the mortgage payments at that time. I would have had this thing paid off in shit 12, 13 years as opposed to the 15 that it's taken me. But once I read what I'm doing today is I'm creating a new note and a deed of trust for my new lender. He will take me out of this loan, and then I'll have a new loan at $4,000, which the monthly payment is like $130. So I'm going from 850 to 100. Well, yeah, going for 850, but that includes taxes and insurance down to 130 plus my taxes. So it'll be $300. So I'm going for like 850 to 300. Round up family. I want you. The reason I do this, I'm passionate about raising your financial literacy. I don't know where you are in your life, where you are, whether you're a renter, whether you own your own home, if you have a high mortgage, a low mortgage, please make additional payments. Um, um, when you get some additional money, don't count it as income. Just put it on the principal on your mortgage payments. I promise you, this stuff really works. And I know you may look at me like I'm the old dude, right? I'm like the old dude in the club now, right? I'm the old guy in the club. Same thing I said to my guys when they told me, they said, Chris, make one extra payment a year. And it doesn't have to be the one payment at one time. You can all just do $100 a month extra. And when I do the pre-recorded video, I'm going to show you over the years how I put little chunks here and there to restructure this debt. And it has saved me $50,000 in interest. Missy, what's going on out there, Bubba? I got Bubba here with me this year, Roundup family. Ultimate bargains. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let me finish this story. So I'm getting a private lender. I'm glad I read that. Ultimate bargains. You're right. So the reason I have no problem with paying off mortgages is because once I pay them off, I can go get lines of credit, just like Ultimate Bargains is saying. At my private lender that I have, he's going to lend me the 3 or 4 thousand to pay that off. But not only that, I'm creating another $75,000 line of credit on this property, where I'm going to get it all back around the family, all of it back. So it's like when I guess I understand like the value, how money works. It's irrelevant to me to have a bunch of capital sitting around. It's just irrelevant. I want it working out in the streets. Or once I pay this property off, I can literally just go into that house, go into the roof, windows, siding, the carpet, the tile, the toilets, the kitchen cabinets. I can go in there and extract all the value, all the dollars that we put in, and pull it all back out and use it for other projects and only pay interest on the amount that we borrow. Because that's why it's so important, Roundup family. It's so important that you got to learn how real estate works, how security, deeds of trusts, promissory notes, amortization tables, interest, annual percentage rate. So much stuff you got to learn. And I prayerfully that I'll be able to, with the breath that's left in me, to bring this stuff with you, Roundup family. Roundup family, thank you for listening to me. I'll take some quick Q&A. That's all I have for you this today. I wanted to show you the numbers and how these mortgages work, why I enjoy paying off mortgages. I have no problem. I have no problem. The person that I am today, I am the person that pays off, pays down, I pay extra principal. That's who I am. I wasn't this guy years ago. I used to be a guy what I was taught by Troy Titus, the man serving 30 years in jail. Interest only. He taught interest only, negative cash flow. Try to get as much appreciation as you can. That stuff is, dude, that stuff is for the birds. Long term roundup. Think long term. And I got to touch a point that I was saying. If you're renting, I do understand that if you're renting, you may not have a mortgage to pay down. But don't forget, you can buy a house, no credit. You don't have to turn in tax returns, no bank statements, no down payment, none of that crap. So just keep your mind open. Believe that it can be done. Roundup family, thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you. Oh, what up, my boy Nick in the building. Nick, I see you tomorrow at 12. Tina, any questions you got on this amortization stuff? I didn't get into the whole, so much to cover. Chris, good gracious. There you go, 6,000. When you get 6,000, you're gonna be like, Chris, dude, when you get to 6,000, you're gonna be like, man, I need 16,000. You're gonna say, I need 20. I remember, good gracious, I remember. Do I remember? Oh wow, we got Winston here. Round up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up in the video description, please. Daniel, what bank did I get that loan from? This was from Aquin. I think they might have just filed bankruptcy and sold all their. It literally just got sold to this PHH company. This is back in 2000, once again 2004. Tina's baby, 7% is a tad high. People getting loans now for 3 and 4%. Look what I had to deal with. I don't care. This loan will be paid. Daniel, this loan will be paid off in the next week. I don't care about it. As long as you don't get my address, I don't want people showing up to my rental properties. Make the mortgage go away. That's right. Chris, I don't care about this credit. All the payments got my credit in the 700s. Nah, I got 3 foreclosures, dog. I ain't borrowing no more money, man. I mean, the lenders that I have are cool. They don't care about that stuff. Rich Therese, Chris, how quickly would I be able to stop a foreclosure via subject to and default amount payoff? What's the quickest you've stopped a foreclosure? I'll stop the foreclosure. Rich Therese, that's a good Therese, that's a good question. How fast can we stop a foreclosure? Shit, I stopped them in the same day. I mean, 2 hours before. Foreclosure is irrelevant to me at this point in my life. I know we can stop them at any time. It's just a matter of knowing where to go and what to do. Chris Monroe, refi and keep the debt. Yeah, I want to keep a little bit of debt on there I guess for the interest and just to have some debt. It's another strategy that I don't want to teach right here. If you keep some debt on a property, you can always just imagine Roundup family. Good God, you buy that debt, then you are your own mortgagor. So you can foreclose on yourself if somebody puts a lien against you. Good gracious, I don't want to give you too much of that game. Good, I don't want to give you too much, but you got to have some debt on all your houses. Ultimate bargains pay off to 3,300. Yeah, we already talked about that. That's right. Never have a mortgage for more than 7 years. You can do that. But the rule of thumb is borrow as much as you can for as long as you can, but pay it off as fast as you can. I'll repeat that. Borrow as much as you deem necessary for as long. So I got 30 years, but we're going to pay it off quickly. It's almost like a habit and a muscle making extra mortgage payment. Like I know when I get cash, when I get income now, it's irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant. I know I need X amount of dollars to live off of, but I'm just doing power pay down and pay off. One of the rule of thumbs is pay off the oldest debts first, then the younger stuff, oldest debts, because they're going to have the most amortization power for you. That's a tricky word, amortization. Who the hell, or more, who the hell created that word? Mortgage, death, mortir, mortir, mortir. What is it? Spanish. The Ocean, what up? I have an additional payment. I have made additional payments, but I could not leverage the equity gain to borrow the extra money back. Ask the bank, shall ask a mortgage broker. The Ocean, what I would recommend you to do regarding paying down mortgages, number one, for us, we use private people, but two, just go to a local bank. And they're only going to loan you 80% or 90% of what the property is worth, the Ocean. So I don't know what your house is worth, but you're gonna have to pay it down some before you can access some of that equity. It's not going to be like 1, 2, 3,000. You're talking about 15 to 20,000 to access. You're going to have to pay it down 15 to 20 to access 10. All right. So it doesn't kind of. It's not like a few thousand. But a mortgage broker typically won't be able to help you. If you're looking for something like in the $10,000 to $12,000 range, I would say go to a local bank, small banks. I love the small banks. They treat me like a king. And there's nobody ever in there when I go. They're like, Mr. Haskins, come on in. They give you a little back room. They got a bathroom. Dude, these banks have showers in them, kitchens. You don't even know this stuff until you go into the back. I got a video. Matter of fact, I need to publish that video in the back room of the bank. So cool. Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, Bubba got sick this morning. I had to go pick her up from school. Andrew, if you have the money, should you pay it off? I don't know. Once again, I am under the premise that I've learned this from some OGs, guys. I'm just giving you the game. I'm passing it on. I didn't create this stuff. When you have a loan on it, you can always buy that loan yourself. Then your company will have the loan against a property that you own. So you have double protection there. I know Chris is getting that. Chris is getting that. You can foreclose on yourself. Good God Almighty, I want to foreclose on myself. Woo! It's powerful. Should you pay it off? I don't know. I don't know your finances. Everybody's different. At this stage in my life, I'm looking for cash flow roundup. Andrew, we do flip properties. Oh, so everybody's so fun looking to try to buy houses and sell. Believe me, that is not what's sexy about real estate. What's sexy about real estate is the monthly income hitting the bank account every month, whether you're in Jamaica, Aruba, Texas, Florida, anywhere. Goes direct deposit. That's what's sexy about real estate roundup, family. Myron, hey Myron, if you guys ask a question, make sure you put your city or your state in there and give me a thumbs up while you're here. Make sure you subscribe too. Myron, what do I think about doing slow flips on owner financing? Absolutely, I would do slow flips. I do. I don't have any owner financing because we have other ways to finance them. But absolutely, Myron, I would do that. I'm telling you, Roundup family, if you can sacrifice today for me, let me tell you, golly, you guys have only known me for 2 years. Dude, if y'all could have seen me, y'all could have seen your boy, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, grinding. I mean, my hands, I can still see the dirt in my fingernails, grinding, paying mortgages. Nobody cared. I mean, it wasn't pretty. I guess the reason you didn't hear from me until 2017, I didn't have nothing to say. I didn't have anything to say. I just grinded. I mean, grinding is not sexy. Now I can look back like, okay, the grinding did pay off. This shit really did pay off. So I got mortgages paid down and off. So I can get to teach and share this stuff with you how I did it. And I get to hang out with you in the middle of the day. My next step, I've got to retire my wife. Got to do that next. Uh, Hip National Bank, y'all crazy. Eleanor, what up, dog? This isn't an owner-occupant house, is it? No, it's a rental property. Andrew Scott, when you're renting it out, yes, it's already rented out now. It brings in, and what's crazy, it gets 1,200 a month, and the government pays the whole rent. So literally, the government paid this house off for me. I want to say thank you, thank you. I'm forever indebted to my country. I'm forever indebted to my country. That's why I'm doing. What can I do for my country, my countrymen? Chris, I can't find a house to buy for me and live in. Keep finding 4 or 5 bedrooms. Yeah, you don't need that. You might want to go hit the Section 8 list to see what they have on those small. Chris, you might want to just hit the Section 8 list to see if they have those small houses for you, a 2 bedroom for you. Or Chris, you can get a 4 or 5 bedroom and rent out the room, rent out the bedrooms, dog. That's what I did. JD's World, can I just pay down my PMI? No, you cannot. So how it works is, say this is your loan, right? Your loan is one piece. Private mortgage insurance is stuck to your loan, JD's World. So once you pay that loan down to 80%, then they'll take it off, and then you only have the $800 payment, right? So, but it's attached, and for me, I wanted to get that PMI off because it's just throwing away money. You're throwing away money. I like that question, JD's World. Raising your financial literacy, my family. I don't see any thumbs up down there. What's going on, Roundup family? 40, 50 people watching. Give me some thumbs up down there. Tina, I was being gentle. I refinanced at 2.8. Golly. Yeah, you were being gentle. I'm paying 7%. That's why I'm getting out of this crap. I'm gonna read some questions came in too, Roundup family. I got some good questions that came in. I think you guys might like. Robel, Chris, has a seller ever asked to see your credit information when buying a house, owner finance? No. All the addendums I found online have that disclosure in them. Never. No one asked. Only one person asks, two actually, at this stage in my life, Roundup family. Robel. Good question though. Only two people asked for my credit report. My wife, she wants to see, and this other bank that I'm dealing with. They want I have to renew one loan that I have for every 5 years, and after that I'm done. Sharice, hey, Seth for life. Okay, Diogen. See, Diogen, the problem you've paid down your condo 30 to 35%. That means if you bought it for 100, you paid it down to 70. So you paid it down to 70, right? You should be able to get a second, something called a home equity line of credit, a HELOC on that. But if it's a condo, yeah, a lot of even for me, I wouldn't want to touch it. It's just too much risk. Diogen, too much risk of too many renters coming in, too much risk of special assessments on condos, too much risk of the condo association losing their lending accreditation. What do I mean by that? Their lending accreditation and condo fees and condo association. Every mortgage broker has this little book, or now they probably have it on a website. I mean, it's been so long since I did it. They have to have accreditation, right, for the whole building or the whole association, right? And that accreditation will tell them whether they can do loans for VA, veterans, they can do loans for FHA, government backed loans, or they can only do conventional loans or USDA loans. So this little booklet on that they used to have is it's an accreditation site, Diogen. So sometimes HOAs lose the ability to finance certain buyers in the association. So I just don't want to touch it. That's probably why they won't loan on it. Probably why. I want to read some of these questions that came in. Man, some good questions on this. Somebody asked if they can you subject to a reverse mortgage? I am working on. Please, if you're a reverse mortgage expert, please email me or yeah, email me at chrisbuysHouses@gmail. I want to bring you on. I need to talk to my Roundup family about the seriousness of reverse mortgages and how they are robbing people's inheritances. I firmly believe that these reverse mortgages are terrible and people need to stay away from them if you can. If you can. Now, I know there are dire circumstances that come up with health, family, relationships, all that stuff. But man, if you can stay away from these reverse mortgages, then try to do that. Try to do that, Roundup family. See what else we got. Try to get some questions in. Chris, if you're brave, the interest rates on those online lenders look good. I'm too chicken for them though. Online broke lenders, I don't know too much about them. I don't deal with too much of that stuff. If you're brave, I guess, yeah, go for it. There's probably some good loans out there, 3, 4%. I don't know, man. The banks, I've lost too many houses. Banks, they like you one day, next year they say, you know what, Chris, we need that loan back. We don't like you anymore. And then they take your house. Fletcher, hey, what up, Fletcher? I need to bring you on. I met this wonderful gentleman. I'm walking into Jersey Mike's the other day to have lunch with my wife. Meet this guy. He's a supporter of my channel and my content. He's bought 3 subject to houses. Ah, man, working on a third. Fletcher, God bless you. What's my rule of thumb on how much return I pay my private lenders back? Good question. Great question. We pay 6 to 8%, Fletcher. And don't forget, we do no payment loans. No payment loans. What do I mean by that? We do not make monthly payments on these loans. We pay the interest after the loan, after the house sells or when the house sells. So if the house takes 6 to 9 months, if it's a flip, we pay at that time. If it's a long-term hold, then we pay whenever we flip a house. So if, for instance, we don't pay the interest every month, we only pay it when we have a liquidation. So we let the interest accrue, pay it off, start back over. Good question. You got a dentist who wants to invest with you. Good job, Fletcher. I love it. Please let me know if I've helped you. Fletcher, you're gonna have to not have to, but I highly recommend getting a prospectus. You can use mine, a prospectus. It's a presentation you sit down with your lender, and it comes in a little booklet like this. If you go to my website, go to chrishaskins.com. You can download mine. It's got 30 pages in it. It's got before and after pictures of houses, and it's got a whole system where you sit down with your lender and you show them what you can offer them. You gotta have one of those round up family. Without a prospectus, I don't know how you're borrowing money. That's how we do it. JD's World, you're in Maryland. It's got to be bananas in Atlanta today. Jermaine, what up? What up, Raleigh? Is mortgage substitution a good strategy? What? Yes. You're talking about substitution of collateral, Jermaine. Here's your chessboard. Sorry, here's your chessboard. Here's your chess pieces. Substitution of collateral is like this: moving the chessboard without moving the pieces to set it up in your favor, Jermaine. Moving the chess. Can you imagine? Can you imagine playing chess against somebody and doing like this? Moving the pieces. You got somebody in checkmate. My mentors used to tell me, Chris, substitution of collateral is like moving the chess board. Good God Almighty, I get passionate about that. Meaning trading the mortgage to another property. Yes, Ron's teaching that too. Substitution of collateral. Yeah, okay. I didn't learn it from him. I learned it from Greg Pinio, which you can go back through my Monday Masters and hear from him. Substitution of collateral. I love it. Oh man, you got me. I could talk about that for hours because you get to move the debt, but you get the money. John, hey John, cash flow is king. Yes, process of trying to dispose of your first lease option. It's going to be a Section 8 rental, but I want to try passing the repairs on to the tenant buyer. Yes, how many coaching clients do I have to beat in the head to stop doing repairs? Matter of fact, I'm doing it myself to one that I shouldn't be doing. But sometimes you got to do it because the property is not really desirable, so you have to do them. Eleanor, you sent me an email. Okay, I'll check that out today. John Lewis, what up, John? Where you at, John? What city you in? I have a house that I rented out the rooms. Good. My first house. Excellent. Good cash flow. But yeah, you're right. You have to be your management has to be on point. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Andrew. Oh yeah, Andrew. Yeah, the truth. Yeah, I need to incorporate the truth to my mission ministry sometimes. I'm going to be in Maryland with Ron LeGrand in DC in Washington DC August 14th. If anybody's going to be there too, we'll be matter of fact, I'll be in DC on August 14th. Yes. Ultimate bargains. If the house seller wants to see your credit report, then he's not motivated to sell. That is a good point, Ultimate. I don't think my seller. They want to know, can you put up the cash? You got them. They might ask for proof of funds, but I have only had a few people since 2004 to do that. Irvin, is there a way to pay a mortgage down in 15 years? Yes, yes. You pay it down. You pay extra on your principal. See, the thing is, you don't have to pay it. Oh, you coming up, Chris? Oh, August 3rd. See, the thing is with paying down principal roundup. Who else said that? Irvin. You don't pay it all at once. You take little pieces here. January might put 200. March might put 500. July, August you might put 1,000. That stuff, I'm telling you, I saved $50,000 in interest as I calculated. The loan that I had, the total interest amount, I'll show you. I was going to save this for the training, but I'll show you here. The total interest amount, let me share with you. Screen share. I'm going to do this whole training, so a lot of people don't like watching lives. So my total, I borrowed 97,000. Total interest I paid will, if I pay it off in 2034, will be 141,000. We see I'm paying it off early, which is I paid it off in, let's say July right here. And look at this crazy. If I would have stayed with their amortization table, I would have only paid down to $72,000. God, it's just terrible, isn't it? Isn't this terrible? We are in debt for, people are. You're paying back 2.5 times whatever you borrow. I'm telling you. And, they steal your money real gently. Real gently. I don't want to say steal because they're providing you a service and you can live in the house. but they take the money real gently. 1,000 here for 12 months. It just doesn't feel like they're man. I'm telling you, the mortgage business around their family. Where else in the world can you provide a service and do no work? None. You buy the house here, I'm gonna loan you $100,000 notes. That's what, man. You talking about power? The power is in notes. You make the payment. Oh shoot, we make the payment based on a piece of paper. I owe you $100,000 based on a piece of paper. I mean, where'd that game come from? Talk about the drug game. They don't even have to deal with any products. And if you're in the dope game, you got to worry about moving product all around and all this crap. The note game, dog, piece of paper saying I owe you 100,000 and I'm making back 250. Man, shit, I'll take that. That's why I'm getting into the note business. Yes, the note business, Roundup family. I'm gonna have to go get my baby girl. Mm. Oh, that's it. Okay, Roundup family, I love you. I do this. Why do I do this? Because I love you. I feel like I wish there was a Chris Haskins around when I